The Christian Service Center is a ministry located near downtown Abilene that serves those less fortunate in the community. On Saturday afternoon, the center caught fire and was a total loss. Smoke could be seen for miles as most of the items like clothing added to the flames. According to preliminary reports, the total cost of damage was $100,000. Fire investigators are still working to determine the cause of the fire. If you would like to help donate, visit cscabilene.org. Well, the Student Association organized this year's annual Spring Fest, which was an all-day event aimed at students giving back to the community.
Thank you guys, this is great. ACU, Wildcats. Purple is not my favorite color, but I like it.
So we had our multifaceted all-day event, which is called Spring Fest, and it happened this past Saturday. It was just a fun day full of different events that people could go to. And then our tailgate, really highly attended, of course. We have been doing those for a while now for ACU football, and hosted about 6 tailgates in the fall. And so that was really highly attended, and we were really excited about that. As for the concert, we had what was typical for a Spring Fest turnout for student bands, but we were hoping to have more students at the event, but it was cold, and so we had just some other factors that played into it. But with that said, we're really looking forward to new ways to serve students and continue to provide fun events like that throughout the day. And of course, we would have loved to have every ACU student at the concert, but I celebrate the people that came, and I think that it was an awesome event.
SA says they plan on making more events just like this in the future. Speaking of events in spring, how's the softball team looking?
Well, the softball team started off conference play really well, but as of late has hit a little bit of a rough patch. They do have a chance to take a series at home this weekend against the University of Incarnate Word. The Wildcats are coming off a series loss against McNeese State, where they managed to steal Game 1 against the #1 team in the conference, but gave up back-to-back losses to put their conference record at 7-5. The Cardinals come into the series on a 3-game winning streak and 5-7 in conference play. The Wildcats are ranked 4th in the Southland Conference, while the Cardinals are tied for 7th with Southeastern Louisiana, a team that ACU swept at the start of conference play. The series begins at 5 o'clock on Friday at Polly Wells Field. Meanwhile, the baseball team hopes to steal 3 wins at home this weekend after losing to opponent Lamar University. With a 2-7 record in conference play, the Wildcats are second to last in the standings, but have a chance to steal a series win against 5th place opponent Houston Baptist. The Wildcats open the weekend series against the Huskies Friday at Crutcher Scott Field at 6 p.m. And in the tennis world, the men's tennis team suffered 2 losses this week against conference opponents Lamar University and Texas A&M Corpus Christi. The team dropped the match 4-3 to Lamar on Sunday, which was the team's first conference loss. The Wildcats were unable to bounce back from the loss and suffered a 2-5 deciding defeat against the Islanders on Friday. The women's team picked up for the men's defeats on Sunday and captured a 4-3 deciding win over the Cardinals, but dropped the match against the conference-leading Islanders 3-4 on Monday. The men have the weekend off as they prepare to face previous Lone Star Conference opponent Midwestern State on Wednesday, while the women take on the University of Central Arkansas at home on Saturday. Finally, after a long wait, the track and field team has its first home competition this weekend in its 3rd annual West Kitley Invitational. The meet welcomes former ACU runner and current Texas Tech head coach Wes Kitley and the Red Raiders, as well as conference opponent Sam Houston State. The meet begins with throwers at 11 o'clock Saturday morning, with the runners starting shortly after that.
That's pretty good. I'm excited to go to that because I know the team is coming off of the prestigious Texas Relays in Austin last weekend, where we had tons of personal bests, people PR'd. It was really good. And Junior Allie Hackett, the distance runner, she ended up winning the 5,000 over there, which is huge because she was stacked against some of those really big teams.
Yeah, I heard she's like ranked 3rd in the nation right now in Division 1.
3rd in the nation of D1.
That's crazy. She's doing great this year.
Oh, yeah. Well, the Student Association conducted elections this week, but before the ballots were opened, candidates had a chance to speak to students in hopes of gaining votes.
So this was the executive election debate. The purpose of this is basically to get the candidates on their feet and have them answering questions that they aren't prepared for, to kind of get how they really feel and how they handle pressure a little bit.
I believe that it's my duty to give back to ACU because of what it's done for me.
So this is kind of the opportunity to help them work out some of their character traits and things like that, as well as maybe policy initiatives for next year.
I'm efficient and I'm confident, and I know that I can get things done for you, and I will listen to you. If you have any ideas, please come and tell me.
I'm somebody who has the goal of serving other people, that I'm going to put myself last in this position, that I'm going to work to make sure that things are good for other people. That's the way I would say kind of I've approached all the leadership and opportunities like that I've had during college.
We really want the students to be involved and know who their leaders are in that position. So this debate is a great way for them to get to know some of the candidates that they might not know outside of other areas. And so through this process, they're able to get a good idea of who they're voting for, who's going to be in charge, and they can see who also to go to next year and who's going to be behind a lot of the major events that they're going to see upcoming.
I hope to, as your president, continue my commitment to engaging with the student body and hopefully create a community focused on faith, service, and celebrating community. Thank you.
Social clubs were out in full force Thursday as they all gathered in the center of campus for All Club Rush. This year's turnout was the biggest in recent years, with over 300 students registered for the event.
Rushing season began with the All Club Rush on Thursday, with social clubs meeting with potential rushies.
All Club Rush is a great way for freshmen girls and guys, or like sophomores and juniors, to come out and meet all the different clubs and the different people and kind of get a feel of what each club is about and if pledging is even going to be something for them.
All the girls so far are super friendly, and they make a point to get a hold of you. If you're standing near them, they'll come to you and talk to you and see if you're interested, and they're super welcoming, and they seem pretty excited every time somebody comes up, so that's pretty nice.
I just like having them all in one place, because then you can really kind of compare them and see which one you like better. So I really like just being able to talk to them all, one right after another, and just to see them all. So there's a bunch of really cool people here, so I'm glad I'm here.
Clubs invited rushies to upcoming rushes that will take place during the remainder of the semester. The fall semester will be the official start to rushing season, where students are able to pledge the club of their choice.
That's all we have for you this week. For more stories and breaking news, you can go to acuoptimist.com, or you can find us on Twitter or Facebook at ACU Optimist. You can also pick up a paper Friday after chapel. Until next time, for Jonathan Rates, I'm Savannah Silva.